means they included this DVB-H offering in their operator package if you subscribe for 24 months. That means they have a total different pricing and bundling aspect here. And if you subscribe this service, you got the device, I think an LG device for €1. If you want to have a Nokia device, €99. A very, very competitive market in Netherlands. And interesting, in this gray color there below this yellow ones, you see two pay TV offerings. And that is also an important information, because these pay TV offerings are total different than the Italian one. They are cheap, not expensive. They are €5 each, and not per day or per week, it's per month. With this, they reached 30% of their subscriber base. That's a very, very, very fast and big pay TV rent up for mobile TV. To my knowledge, the fastest in the world at the moment. So that's a total other pricing and bundling offering which is done in the Netherlands. And the fourth country is Austria. And if you look to Austria, you now see more or less the blueprint again, but in reality. You see a broadcast network with the 15 DVB-H channels, which means every operator has the same channels. You also see there for the first time 5 radio channels. That's quite interesting, because there are radio channels provided over DVB-H in Austria. That's a new business model for them. And you see 3 different operators here, 3, 1, and Orange, which acquired A1. And all of them provide a different pricing and bundling offering. So this means the competition is that you have the same content in the moment over broadcast, but total different bundling and pricing and devices. So it's really dependent what you want to offer to your customer, and you can compete with your competitors. That is the advantage of this, and that's reality. That's all life. I don't want to summarize this. You can write this in the internet. I also don't want to go in detail of the solution. I want to go a little bit more in the future. What you see, and this is available with the new device, with the Nokia device N96, is for the first time holistic TV. That's just a word. I will explain what is behind it. It's the top TV channels over broadcast and the long tail over unicast. That is the technical view. If you go to the customer view, it's seamless TV, which means that the end consumer can consume the TV program independent if it's broadcasted or if it's unicast stream. As for the end consumer, it's totally not relevant over which technology the service is brought to him. And I think that's very relevant for the end consumer, that he don't have to care about it, that it's done automatically. By the way, the device does it also automatically. It means if you have a good DVB-H quality, you will go over DVB-H, otherwise over unicast. It looks like this. Technically speaking, you will have 3 different classes of devices in the future. You will have mobile TV streaming devices as they are existing. You will have DVB-H only devices as they are existing. And you will have converged devices as the N96 and new devices there. If you go to a, let me say, more global scope to a country, you can see in this slide what is the biggest investment, and that's also very relevant for Greece. On the left side, on the CapEx side, you see the network infrastructure. Therefore, most of the countries decided that a broadcast network operator will do this because they have a lot of broadcast infrastructure, so the investment is lower if you combine this asset from the broadcaster together with the asset from the mobile network operator. Then you see the platform in the middle, and the gray one on top is a subsidiary for the devices. This is not relevant for all markets, but for many. On the right side, you see the OPEX, and you see obviously on the lower part the, let me say, operation of the network, and on the top part the marketing, but on the middle you see something quite interesting and very big, that's the content and the content rights. That means in the operation of a mobile TV broadcast system over years, the price you have to pay for the content is very relevant, but that will ensure that the customer gets what they want, because only if the customer has a content a media which he likes, he's willing to pay for. If there's no content, he will not pay for it. That's the message of this slide. This is just how you monitor this. I skip this. That's just a statistical multiplex that is quite relevant, which ensure that you can bring more TV channels in a given multiplex. It is not only in Greece, it's in all countries in the world that frequency is an asset. So you need most optimization of the frequency, and this means with the statistical multiplex you can provide more TV and radio channels in the same bandwidth. I skip this. These are just pictures from Austria, where you have really radio service, digital radio service over DVB-H, and on these pictures you see what is added from the, let me say, content management system to the device, and what is the additional services what the digital TV stations offer. This slide is quite interesting because it gives a good look into the future. It shows you interactive services. We had a long discussion in most of the countries, will it be relevant or not? In the first phase, in all the countries, you will launch TV with TV programs on a mobile TV which are existing from regular TV. In Italy, there's the first channel specially made for mobile, it's La Tre. But in future, with the standardization, you will have also interactive services, which means the consumer, and especially the young people, can easily communicate with the content, which is on the device. So it means they can chat to it, they can vote on it, they can bet for it if they're allowed, and in this country, in the age it's allowed. So these messages and these services will differ from country to country. Why it will differ? It will differ because of cultural behavior and of laws. I just mentioned betting. Betting in Germany is forbidden. If I do this presentation in Hong Kong, everybody smiles and say, Hong Kong Jockey Club, we bet by the hell. If you do the same presentation in an Arabian country, you end up in a jail if you talk about betting. So it means you really have to look to the cultural behavior. And that is also important if you look to the Greece, what they want and what they see. You know best and not somebody else. That is opportunities for advertising. I will skip this and close my presentation with this slide. This was not mentioned during all the day, but that is one of the most interesting aspects of mobile TV broadcast. Mobile TV broadcast over DVB-H also allow file casting services. That sounds very technical, but I transfer this technical term into a practical one and close the loop to Mr. Negroponte. File casting there, for example, are delivering of e-books. You can deliver a complete book overnight to the device, if you like. No problem. You can deliver an e-newspaper to the device. That is technically no problem. It can be done with the service. So there are a lot of opportunities for mobile TV broadcast service far behind mobile TV. Thank you for your time.